and we have several packages here for some new stuff. Not gonna show my address here, but now this one was from Kings Road. It took about 2.5 weeks to get here, but hope we get it, shall we? Now this is gonna be part of the biggest music CD unboxing I've ever done. So I'm also taking these out because I do want to show these as is, and I want to show them for the thumbnail. So here we go. We open it up. Ooh, look at this! I got a Mayhem bag. Something from Mayhem here. Yes, I do like Mayhem a lot, so this is really cool, really nice, really fabulous. And I also got a brand new Mayhem beanie. I did misplace my old one, so I did think it was a necessity to get this. It's the same one, same brand, so nothing too significant. Now, we now have this thing. Now, I'm going to make sure that, now this is a shirt. So, okay. It is now open. Dissection. Now this is the now this is a medium. This is from the album. Now this is from the album Storm of the Night's Bane. I won't be showing the whole thing, but here it is outside of it. Now, like I said, I bought the album from it months ago, and I thought, why not get that one? I mean, it's also more of the more well-known of the two, but I am more of a fan of the somber lane, so. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this part of the video, which is me starting to take a look at the haul of CDs I have unboxed I've accumulated over the month of October. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the holy month of October. I have so much to unbox here. Like, you guys have no idea. This is literally the most I've ever accumulated throughout an entire month, and it is absolutely crazy. We have vinyls, we have CDs, we have merch here, and it is astonishing. And the only thing I did forget to do right now is take a picture of this whole thing, but I think we might as well do that because after this is all over and done with, because I had to set it took me a while to set everything up. So yeah, I'm making sure that I go everything all by order and all this by not, so let's just kind of make sure that I have everything now. I have my phone out with, you know, pretty much everything I have here. Now, the first thing we have to do is take a look at the Megadeth stuff, like some of the stuff I did get, that took a while to get for the month, so this is the first thing we have to start with here. Andy Williams, Merry Christmas. Now, this came with the Final Kill sealed that I bought, and this was kind of to protect it, but I ended up buying a vinyl of this for like $1 or $2 each, like $2, and it got shipped in like 2 days. The total of the vinyl, just the vinyl, is like $9. So this is what I have, and I'm not really like biggest fan of Christmas music like that, but hey, it's cool to have something like him. And yeah, somebody drew a pen onto one of his teeth. That is, he wasn't missing a teeth, somebody drew a pen on it. So that is kind of the whole jizz of it. So now, this one we're going to count as first, because here's the thing with this one. This was the first one I actually bought, and it came in about 2 or 3 days later. The original disc was cracked. The person put in syringe wrap, which is something you should never do to a disc, and I ended up buying another one, and this is what came out of. So this is Meatloaf, and Jim Steinman's About Out of Hell. And this was, now, this CD copy was my dad's. Like Boston, you know, like The Police. But I replaced the case, and the disc was missing, so I bought one. So now, we do have a full Meatloaf CD. So, this is Meatloaf. I will be taking the disc out for the thumbnail once I finish this video, so there's that, so don't mind my nose. But Next up, I got this a little bit later on. Trying to make sure that I have everything now. The next one I did remember getting was this one. Now, the one I remember getting next after this, as you guys remember, were the Killing Is My Business things here. These came in, well, this came around the same time. I did do a video of these. You guys can go check out in the description below. So, I don't need to go further with these. So that's the end of that one for now. Now, there's a lot of CDs that I have. Now, the next one I will be showing off is Slayer Seasons in the Abyss. This one's the next one. I am a fan of Slayer. I do have Hell Awaits. You remember that 6 CD one I did? So yes, this is Slayer's Seasons in the Abyss. And we're going to take it out as usual. So, now this is my second favorite album after Hell Awaits. So, it is quite comforting to know that I finally do have a copy of Seasons in the Abyss. Now, it has songs like War Symbol, Blood Red, which was actually my favorite song on the album until the title track took it over. A Spiritual Black, we got Temptation, and then the title track, which is Seasons in the Abyss. That song is fucking amazing. You know, I love the title track on this album. It is amazing. It's such a very dark song. And I don't have my bag there anymore because it fell out, but I'll get it. I'll be right back. Alright, I got the bag right here. But here is the album. And this is from the UK, so it's a bit different from usual stuff, but here's the disc for it. And you can tell it's a UK because it says, say, American Recordings, which is, or should I say, Trumpican Recordings, so that's how you got that. Now, next up, I did get this CD though, Woad. It's from Bandcamp. I saw it and I was like, I think I might as well buy it. Just do something with it. Now, this is black metal, so now I think this is the most I've ever bought. And it surpasses the one I did for the month of June, where I got like pre-orders and orders, and I got like, music from Italy. So that this tops it. Here's Woad. Do not know what they are, but they do seem a pretty legit band. So it's called Uncrossing the Keys, and you do have this here. So that is pretty cool. So this is Enya Seltz. Now, I have 2 Enya CDs. This was not the one I wanted to get. The one I did eventually get, but this is one of Enya's CDs here. I think this is probably her best-selling one. I think it is. Yeah, I think I think this is her first solo album. So yeah, this is a pretty interesting one here. Now, the one I have is it's the one with Wild Shot on it. I forget the name of the album because it's been a little while. No, A Day Without Rain. It's called A Day Without Rain. That's the name of the album. That was the album that, when she released it, about a year into the album's release, we were, 9/11 happened, and Only Time shot up to, number, 5 or something. It was insane. So, yeah, that song's, I think, a meme now, I think. So, yeah, this is Enya's the Celts. Yep. This is literally the same exact CD from designed from a Day Without Rain. Now, I do know this was a different album cover from the original. I know this is not the original. The original will be right here if I do find it, but this is what it is now. So, pretty interesting stuff, I will say. Now, what came in on October 12th, one of them, was the Megadeth reissue on LP, Killing Is My Business. Now, this is not the original mix, as I've later learned. So, I got fooled because it has the original artwork, which, if you're going to reissue the album with the mixes, do not do the original LP cover, please. It's this cover is absolutely garbage. We should probably leave it in the past, in my opinion. So, now I did do a video with it, with the same Megadeth stuff. Go check it out. Now, one of them we did get was Rob Zombie's Hellbilly Deluxe. Now, this is the first song he did after he decided he was done with it. Now, he still made this album when White Zombie was still a thing. And then he made this album about 2 or 3 weeks after this album was made. He was like, okay, guys, I'm going solo now. Fuck you all. And he took the drummer with him. He and the drummer White Zombie were in this album, and the other 2 were left with nothing. So, no wonder why Sean Yosel's bitter against him for it. So, anyway, it's now time that we unbox this. So, I used to listen to the CD as a kid, and this Mr. Urge is the other one. I found a way to open it. Now, I used to watch the Dragline music video as a kid. That thing was interesting. So, here we go. Rob Zombie. Oh, this thing looks awesome. Today, no, yesterday was November 1st, so it's quite strange. If you have white on this cover, how come it wasn't black? You know what I mean? Kind of reminds me of the Pantera one we're about ready to do next. So, I kind of like the cartoonist version of Rob Cummings, or aka Rob Zombie. That's pretty cool. Has a lot of comic book stuff on here. Interesting. Now, next up, The Great Southern Trendkill by Pantera. I kind of thought I broke the plastic for a sec, but it doesn't seem like it. Now, if you guys don't remember, I had the first 5 Pantera albums on LP, and I have the album starting from Power Metal to Far Beyond Dreaming on CD. I don't have. Now, I've kind of thought about buying the Pantera albums on CD, but they're never officially released on CD because they never reissued them. Power Metal was issued on CD when it first came out. So, here is The Great Southern Trendkill. Similar to Rob Zombie, it has the white back. Actually, no, I can see why it's white. It has this little snake in the background. And here's the booklet. Now, Flood is considered to be one of the greatest solos of all time, and apparently he had that album. He made that solo when Pantera produced "I Am the Night," which is interesting, and didn't use it until they did Floods, which was 10 years later. So, quite interesting. Here is The Great Southern Trendkill. See it, look at all this. It's insane here. So, we're going to put the CDs on here. So, alright, next up, we have this album that I do know I do have now. So, let's go check it out. Anyway. So, let's go ahead and let's do the next part of this here. I will tell you that I did get a Megadeth compilation called Hidden Treasures, and I'll show you me unboxing it and me doing the video. So you guys know that part of this unboxing was the Megadeth Hidden Treasures thing here. Now, this thing is super dirty. I talked about how I expected this to not come in good shape. Now, this whole thing is completely destroyed. It's filthy. It's rusted. So we're going to go ahead and take care of this, actually. So I do have a new case for it. I already had it prepared anyway, because I was talking about the Kills My Business stuff. So we're going to make sure that, you know, everything is all situated. So we're going to take this out. We're going to put all the new ones in here. Now, I'm not going to keep this because this thing is dirty. It has rust in it. I don't want to keep it. That's garbage. This has some water damage, but that's okay, I guess. Now, that's going to go in the garbage. So, now we just installed the new one in here. Now, this was released with compilations of, like, side Bs and other stuff. I do know the Paranoid was I think, was on the Nativity in Black issue compilations from 1994. So yeah, this is got all this here. Put in the new cape, put in the new black cover. So now, you just put this in here like so. And here it is. This is the new case for it. It does look more bluer, but I think it looks better. That's the end of that. So now we're kind of at the stretch a little bit, you know, to make sure I have everything all situated and, you know, everything's all good. So now there is one I did not get for the month. It's called Caravans to the Empire Elgo by Neptune Towers. That's coming. That will be done for the month of November. So yes, that will not be done for that month. So on the 16th of October, I ended up getting something, I think, regarding CDs here. So let's go ahead. So before I do anything, the next two we're doing, or these two. We're doing Mountain Climbing and Dark Side by Nocturnal, right? Yeah, no, Necrophobic. So I started getting into Necrophobic. So, and I've always liked Mountain Climbing. Fabulous record. It's an amazing album. I love the album. I love Never in My Life. It's an amazing rock song. And this album is known for the song of Mississippi Queen. So it is the first song on the first album is Mississippi Queen. I actually do think this is kind of the second album because Leslie West's album Mountain is basically, in my opinion, the first Mountain album. So let's go ahead and take it out now. Alright, so here we go. First, we're taking a look at Mountain Climbing. So let's put my phone D&D. Alright, here we go. Mountain Climbing. Oh boy, this will be interesting to take out. Now, let's take a look at the CD. Oh, well, the case is broken up a little bit, but that's okay. Look at this. Look at this design. Kind of looks like a mixture of like H.R. Puffett stuff with sun colors on it. And here's Leslie West in the background on that. Now, I don't know if this is in the back. I don't know if this is Felix Paparotti, but I don't know. So, now, here is the long-awaited Necrophobic. I will be keeping the hype sticker on this. And actually, it was actually fun. This was actually a little bit open when I saw it, so must have been from shipping accident, but let's just pull it out. smooth. Now, this was the 2022 reissue. So, we'll be keeping the hype sticker. We'll go with all my little bit of, like, hype stickers and, you know, whatnot. So, let's take a look at, see how we push this out. Okay, just slide it out like this. Here is the CD. Ooh, this looks really nice. Look at this. Oh, shit. Now, look at this. That is amazing. So, we put this back in here. And we move on. Now, as you guys know, on the 16th of October, we lost Ace Frehley, and I did sit here and talk about it. What was interesting is that, here you go. Part of the unboxing, you guys, will go back when I snap this finger, will be the taking out of Alive 2. This part was recorded the day after the announcement of Ace Frehley's death, so I'm not taking it too well, but I do think that this coming in the day after he died is a bit symbolic. So, it is all in the shrink wrap, so now I'm going to snap my finger to go to the next scene. Alright, so the day after he died, about less than a day after he died, I actually, now sometimes and I do actually have my own playlist of what I do with my own speaker and stuff that I was awarded. So I ended up putting in an emergency playlist where I put all stuff Kiss and all stuff Ace that he did. And also, it's also stuff he actually participated in, which is interesting. There was actually some stuff he was in that I didn't even know about. It was actually an album that Gene Simmons produced, and also Eric Carr was in it, which is interesting. I forget the name of it. But there were 3 albums I got the day after he died. And there was 3. The first one was Rats Out of the Cellar. This one was the first one I got. The second one I got was Somehow Worship Him. And this one almost made me cry when I got it. Because I actually bought this right before he died. I bought it like 3 or 4 days before he died. And it was from the same... I got it from the same marketplace on eBay where I got that Dress to Kill Armor from, and it took me like 3 weeks to get it. I got Alive 2. And I'm also going to show the bonus. Now, so as some of you know, I live in the state of New York. I've actually never hid it. I should stop hiding it, but I actually will hide it here. I will actually no longer hide it anymore. My grandmother served his parents, and my dad grew up in the same area that he grew up in. They didn't know each other. You know, my dad is a generation younger than he is. But we did see Ace in 2010, right after I saw Kiss during their Live 35 tour, and after I met Peter Criss. So, and my dad got this. Well, this is what there was an Anomaly shirt I got, and then the other one I got was this. Anomaly signed by Ace Frehley. This was from 2010, and I wanted to show it off. So this is the bonus I have. This is not part of the whole thing, but I wanted to show it. So, this will be in the thumbnail, but it will not count regarding my unboxings because I've had this for 15, 16 years. I have played it. I've played it before he died, you know, whatever. So, first we're going to do Rat Out of the Cellar. Now, the sticker is stuck to the cover, so I have to keep the cover as is, unfortunately. And here are the 4 gay guys dressed up as them. And you know, I'm just being a dick about it, so, whoops. There we go. You know, I should have gotten Dokken because I'm more of a Dokken guy, but Rat's okay. I can live with Rat. You know, they're not like Poison or Warrant. Warrant's terrible, so Twisted Sister is very overrated. Now, the thing I noticed about this one is that when I did that 6CD unboxing, one of them was LA Guns, and it has some of the same design that they do with this on here. It's the same, it's from the same series, which is interesting. So, and I actually got this on eBay, not Amazon. So, here's Rat out of the cellar. As you can also tell when you look at the back of this. And also available, Dancing Undercover by Candy213. I don't even know. Oh, it's an album. Interesting fucking album, I'll say. Now, let's do this one here. Now, it says this is in Spanish, but hey, cool. Somehow, worship him. This doesn't seem to have anything on it. Maybe I got scammed. Nah, I'm kidding. Okay. Let's open it up. Okay, look at that. It has that Venom design, the one from the Venom CD I got, like with the Venom sleeve. So that's interesting. The booklet is this thing is cheap, so the booklet fell out. Let's see what's under here. Just the same design, nothing too special. You could have just put it in black and just called it a day, to be honest. Now, let's do Alive 2. Kiss is Alive 2. I remember Rocket Ride on here. That's the only one I remember. Now this goes after. This is before Double Platinum, and this goes after Love Gun. So. I actually almost cried when I saw this. I was like, this is a terrible day. And people were like, oh, you have to take it out of the package. My friend Dylan was like, you got to take it out of the package. I said, no, I'm waiting until this month ends so I can do it. And now we're finally taking it out. Here is Alive 2, everybody. Here are the 4 members. Gene. We got Gene Simmons, Ace Frehley, Paul Stanley, Peter Criss. Now, this is disc 1, and disc 2, they're literally the same color, so there's nothing significant about it whatsoever. So, here's Kiss is Alive 2, everybody. Now, and we're going to do this one now. Saint Anger. I got Saint Anger. The only studio album I don't have for Metallica is Reload, and the reason I'm not getting Reload is because I did get the Load reissue on LP and CD. I've chosen to not get Reload until the until the remaster is announced, because I want to have them as is. So, right now we're doing Saint Anger. Am I a fan of Saint Anger? No, not really. The first 2 are great. And then after that, it's just pure dog shit. I don't like this record. Maybe when I get older, I'll probably appreciate it. It also does have a DVD on here. So, yes, this is Saint Anger by Metallica. So. I will also be keeping the same hype sticker, even though I'm not a fan of this record. But, hey. Now, this album was made when Jason Newsted left the band. So, gotta make sure I keep the hype sticker. It's important. So yeah. Here's Saint Anger. Let's open it up. Here's the first disc. Here is the disc for it. Now this is the only album that Bad Rock did on bass. This was the last album he helped produce, so. And then here is the actual. I think this is the actual album, I think. And here's the whole thing, as is. Now, this is the booklet right here for Saint Anger. I'm not going to take it out, but Saint Anger. So, now, let me stretch out a little bit here. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to show off some of the records I do have. So, now this was the indie CD I was going to get first, but then I ended up getting the other one. And eventually we get it. This is Enya's The Memory of Trees. I think this is probably, I think this is probably one of the 2 biggest albums she ever made. I think this is probably the biggest. So, I had to get it. Here we go. Enya, The Memory of Trees. Will not be keeping the sticker because that's not a hype sticker. Alright. Here it is. Memory of Trees. Same color as the one as the Celts. So here is the background for it, which I think is the same one. Nah, no, it is, but it's not. You know. Enya's an amazing singer. I really love Enya. So next up we're doing is Nocturnal by the Black Dahlia Murder. Now, I actually just saw them, and this is actually the reason why I got this. I just saw them at the Garden. They were amazing, and I would not see them again, though, because to me, the most death metal bands are just one and done. I'm like, okay, that's enough for me. But the Black Dahlia is really good. This is Nocturnal. It does have a crack in the back, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and let's take it out, shall we? So, it was already kind of open a little bit to begin with. Now, this is one of the death metal albums that really got me into death metal, so I do owe this album a lot. So here it is, Nocturnal by the Black Dahlia Murder. Open it up. Look at that pentagram. Now, this was their 3rd album. Here is the same one here. Now, I really like the castle here. The castle here kind of reminds me of the one in the background in the Somber Lane. You know. Next up, put these in this bag. Now, the next one we're going to be doing is this one. The Norwegian Black Metal, the True. Norwegian Black Metal, and this is Dark Thrones, Transylvania Hunger. I'm actually wearing Under a Funeral Moon right now. I do have that on CD, so that's why I didn't get it, but anyway, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and take it out. Alright. Pull this out. Here we go. Look at that. I think this was an EP or something for it, but pure, just black like it was with the others. Here is the disc for it. And there we go. That's Dark Throne for you. Next up, this one is the one here's the video of this one. And this is what we got. Crazy Horses. Now, they don't issue new LPs of this, or I don't even think they even issue this on CD, so I had to get a pre-owned one. I had to clean it up because it was dirty and it skipped on Crazy Horses. Alright, so now this is the part of the video where I show off Crazy Horses. Now, before I kind of go anywhere, this album is actually out of print. I don't know why most of the Osmond stuff is out of print. Maybe contractual issues. Just a piece of hair there. But, yeah. It's more than likely contractual issues, which is fine.
because this was relatively cheap anyway, so I'm not exactly, upset or worried. I wish it was on compact disc, though, because I do prefer compact discs, but that's kind of... It came in rapidly, too. Right now, as I'm recording this, it's October the 22nd at 10:08 a.m., so I got this notification around 20 minutes ago. Alright, pulling it out. Here it is. Here's the LP inside. Now, if you guys get a vinyl, you guys know that there's this thing to rip apart. And then you just rip this apart here as, so. This thing can be a bit of a pain in the ass. That worked. Well, it did come in with a sleeve. It did come in with the vinyl sleeve. Here it is. This is Crazy Horses by the Osmonds. This is it right here. This is Crazy Horses. Now, like I said, this LP is out of print. So... Oh my god, look. Oh, actually, no, it's a gatefold. Oh, it's a gatefold. Oh, shit. It's a fucking gatefold. Didn't even realize. Okay. Look at that. This is, like, crazy. Yeah, you can see how old this thing is. This thing is, like, older than me by, like... Now, mind you, I was born in 2000, so this is older than me by almost 30 years. So... That's insane. Yeah, this is the one right here. This is the one that everybody really loves. This is the song I like. Alright. Here we go. Here's the LP. Cub, the First Creation. More Osmonds. Now, this is odd. Now remember, this was like a family of boy bands. As we all know, we just lost Wayne Osmond. So, this is a bit cool to have, especially for somebody who's dead now. Yeah, Wayne Osmond did die earlier this year. And here is the LP. And then here is side 1. Side 2, I think that's the title track. Yeah. Here's side 2. So, yeah. That's the Osmonds, Crazy Horses. So, I had to take out my little vinyl buddy thing here. Because I noticed this was skipping a little bit. And I was like, well, why is it skipping? So I took out my old vinyl thing, which I never used. It worked just fine. All I had to do was, So anyway, that's my little thing here. And yes, I know towel's dirty. Deal with it. It works fine now. It works amazingly fine now. So I am happy with the result, and I'm happy with the purchase. So now we're onto the very final stuff here. I think I'm gonna do this one first. So I got 2 of these. I got the Nine Abominations by Megadeth. That was supposed to be the other one, but I actually got my money back out of this one. I actually bought another one, but I did get The System Has Failed on CD. This is the 2019 remaster. I actually just think this is a generally great Megadeth record, so I am happy with the result. I did hear about, Dave Mustaine doing Ride the Lightning. Some people are like, oh, let it go, Dave. Me, I'm like, you know what? He fucking wrote the song, let him do it. If he covered Sandman, that'd be like, okay, Dave, really? Like, Dave's smart enough to know he can't do Sandman. Like, he's not stupid. So, I think doing Ride the Lightning is warranted. Especially when, Jump of the Fire was completely stayed the same, but the lyrics were changed. The mechanics to them became the Four Horsemen. Metal Militia was kept the same. Phantom Lord was kept the same, except for that extended part that Clipburn added. And then, and then the Call of Cthulhu, he used it on songs like, especially on Phantom Lord, he used it on Poison Was the Cure, and the Call of Cthulhu was used on Hangar 18 and When on The World Needs a Hero. So he used a lot of that stuff on there. So it is quite fitting
because Ride the Lightning isn't really, he didn't really use anything for Ride the Lightning, if I'm not mistaken. So it is. Anyway. Alright, here's the hype sticker. And then we take a look at the LP. The system has failed. Whoa, look at that. Looks pretty nice. Now, I know this is supposed to be a Megadeth Soul album, but that was actually Vic Rattlehead for Halloween, so that was quite cool. But yeah, this is the booklet and whatnot. Alright, gonna move this. And now we have, and it has a huge crack on the back of it, but it is unmasked. Here's the crack right here. You can tell if you zoom in on it. Now, I got Kiss unmasked. Now, this isn't an original Kiss album because Peter Criss was not on this one, but whatever. So, this was a UK version. Same thing. You know, it doesn't have the German Z's on there, so. Alright, there we go. Here we go, guys. Kiss unmasked. Here is this here. Here is this, and here we go. Now, I'm going to replace the back on this, but right now I'm not going to. So, here's this one. We're at the very final stretch of this. So, I was at my friend Dylan's house. He was the vocalist for Sworn to Descent, if some of you don't know who it is. So, he showed me a couple of albums, and he played this one. I thought this was intriguing, and I bought it right away. And he was like, "Oh my god, you got it!" But, yeah. But before we do anything, I went to the Black Dahlia Murder show at the Garden, and I got this. Now, it got a bit wet because my bag was wet. It was a monsoon out that day. So, I ended up, I did glue the thing together to make sure that it stays intact. I did check it out. It looks really nice, really amazing. The problem is that they open the book from here, though. So, it's called Servitude. It's a pretty good album. I mean, like I said, I'm not the biggest death metal guy, so it's more interesting. So anyway, now we're going to Inferi. Now, they actually still reissue these. There's actually rounds I got. They showed me. But those will be coming in, like, around November, December. So, when I get those, when those are done, I will get to those. But here we are with Inferi. Now, this is an EP, so thank you, Dylan, I guess. And now, what I do know is that it's from the necrophobic one. You just gotta push it. That's what you get. So, here we go. We got the cover. Now, this was an EP. Now, guys, it has a weird thing. It has a weird Cthulhu thing on here. So, yeah, it is. I really like this EP. It was really nice. It was a really quick EP, too. So, anyway. Now, we're at the very end of this video here. Now, to end this, I decided to do this. So, I decided to get the Soul albums as well. I did buy a Gene Simmons one, but I will be getting the remaining Soul albums as time goes on. And also, Peter Criss announced his second self-titled album, so I will be pre-ordering that around the week. But I think in order to top off this video and to pay tribute to one of my favorite musicians of all time, I decided to go out of my way and buy the Hotter Than Hell LP, but it took about 2 weeks to ship, especially along with this. So you guys can roll that. All right, so here is this unboxing. Now this is Kisses Hotter Than Hell. All right, I cut off the tape. This took about a while to show up though, but it's okay though. Let me just throw this. Here we go. Hotter Than Hell. Right here. This is it. Now, like I said, I have the first two. Now officially have the first 3 albums on LP. I have the first album, which is the Desert album I always talk about, and I have Just to Kill. So this is Hotter Than Hell on LP. So now I'll show you me taking it out of the package. This is the very last part of the video, so let's now pay tribute to Paul Daniel Frehley and his amazing work. Hotter Than Hell on vinyl. Now, this is not an original. I don't care for original copies. I really don't care about those. Okay, they don't mean shit to me. I just want the music as is. So, it seems it was a bit open too, but hey, I don't care. I'm still taking it out anyway. Like I said, it's probably from shipping, so. You can also see there's a rip on here too. It's from shipping. It's not because of me. It's from the shipping, so it's always like that. Anyway. Now here's the back. Now what was actually funny about this is that Paul Stanley, he was completely wasted when they did this photo shoot for it. Like, he was completely wasted. And Ace Frehley got into a car accident before they did the photo shoot. So when you see pictures of him on the side, that's because he was in a car accident. So let's get this out of the way. Let's take a look at it. See, nothing on the inside. Here's Hotter Than Hell. Here we are. This is the end of the video. So, hope you guys enjoy this. And I seriously hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, favorite. So, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out, guys. What's up, guys? So here we are. We're playing it on the turntable now. Hotter Than Hell. Here we go. Plays just perfectly.